just got in and it's absolutely freezing outside. Yesterday I had a class in the evening. It was the mountain mug class, which actually has been becoming more popular. I don't know, maybe Christmas, people bought it as Christmas presents, but I'm really glad about that because it's actually been really fun, and I'll show you some examples. Such a cute mug. This is like the standard mountain mug shape that I teach. And then a girl yesterday, she was like, oh, can I do one upside down? And I was like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. So she made an upside down one, which has got, I think it's kind of a little face, but people really struggle with slips. So we use slips when it's really wet clay, especially in classes, because it seems to come out better on the clay that we're using. But the colours are really dull to paint straight out of the pot with. This is going to be like pink and red, but I know it doesn't look it. So I think people find it very difficult to visualise how they'll come out in the end, but they will come out super, super bright. I also put a kiln on last night because I had classwork from last year, but just right at the end of last year. And I had the 2 soap dishes that you might have seen in my last video, because I'm hopefully going to run a class on them. I glazed them last night during the end of the class, and I popped them in last night with the test tiles for the slips. So hopefully when people do paint the slips on, they'll trust that they will come out really bright because there'll be examples, better examples. I also made these yesterday. They're little charms. How cute. These are the mugs that are going to be trinket mugs. And I've just put in these little high fire wires, and I'm going to paint them like a gingham-y style. There are also some things from last year that I didn't manage to take to any fairs because I couldn't get the timings right for the kiln, but I'm going to show you now because I really like them. It's also where like my trinket idea came for the mugs. That these are little like trinket vases. Hopefully you can see them. I actually also wanted to show you my massive mural that's in our studio. I painted it last year, and I'd never really painted anything this big. I think I painted something this big once. And I just kind of went for it. We had like a scaffolding up as well. But I'm really happy with it. I need to put my name on it somewhere because it's not actually there yet, but I've never really shown it because it's really difficult to photograph this space, but I'm going to show you now. I initially drew it, I took a picture of the space and then I drew it on Procreate, which is where I draw everything. And then I borrowed my friend's projector because I was actually going to freehand the whole thing, which is a little bit crazy, but I decided not to. And I borrowed a projector from my friend and I literally just put it on a ladder and projected the entire thing up. So I drew over it with a pencil and then it was just a case of filling in the colours. And we actually went to a shop called Bishopston Hardware and they mix all the paints for you. You can like pick from a Pantone book and they mix everything. So we just got a bunch of sample pots, which were about £5 each. We picked very specific colours and then we kind of knew that they were going to come out the right colour. We didn't really mix any colours other than the orange for Jess's hair. But it made it much easier to paint. And then I just outlined the whole thing afterwards. But I think it took about a week, maybe a little bit longer. Well, I was working quite slowly, I guess, but it took about that much time. The other day I went really off my plan and decided to make the trinket mugs. So I kind of want to go back to the plan, otherwise I am going to get very lost. And I realised that there is absolutely no way that I'm going to be able to make 5 of each mug before the second weekend of February. So we're going to cull that plan just a little bit. and so I can make 10 mugs a day at the moment, comfortably. And so I'm gonna do 2s instead. At least I'm gonna have 2 of each when I go to the market, because I think it's better to have a variety than have all of the same style of mug, just in case, I don't know, people don't like that one for that weekend or something, or they want something different. I'd like to have the maximum amount of work available rather than quantity, because at least I know I can make more, whereas I want to be able to showcase all my ideas as best as possible. So I'll be making 10 and then pouring 3 vases at the end of the day. I just need to decide what I'm going to do today. Maybe I'll make some travel mugs. I'm having like a slow day today. I feel slow. Anyway, we're going to make travel mugs today. At least I've decided that much. Just start somewhere. So I've just poured my first 5, and I tried to leave the clay a little bit longer just so that they would be a lot thicker. And the reason is because they don't have handles because they're travel mugs. You want to be able to hold them without burning your hands too much. So now I've just got to attach the top, which will go across here, and then the bow sits just at the back, this side, so that when you sip from it, it's kind of like